Hi everybody and welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Jennifer Peters and this is week 3 of the Real Women of Philadelphia contest. And it's entree week and I really like sometimes a really good soup for an entree. If it's for lunch or maybe a late Sunday dinner, I think a nice warm soup, especially on a rainy April afternoon, will hit the spot just right. Now, it turns out that I just found out that we have some friends in town and they're quickly going to pop in for lunch. But I'm not going to stress about this because I have some very basic ingredients in the house that I can put together and whip up a really great warm soup for them. This is cheesy cauliflower soup. Okay, so what I've done already is prepped up my ingredients. And all of my chopped ingredients, I'm going to take over to the stove. We're going to get them in my pot. Okay, so over medium heat, I'm putting in about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and then my chopped ingredients. So first up, 1 onion. Now all of these things are coarsely chopped because they're going to be cooking down for a while. So you don't need to worry about mincing anything or cutting up anything really small because it's not necessary. I also have 3 celery stalks here. It's a little loud. 3 celery stalks and 3 carrots, also roughly chopped. And in it goes. Just as so. And of course, for some really good flavor, I have 3 garlic, just sliced. And this is 1 head of cauliflower cut into pieces that size. That's going to be just right. Now in my soup, I often like to put in things like carrots and celery and onion because that makes for a really good base for flavor for these soups, and it's just going to simmer down and cook so nicely. So if you want to come take a look, a little loud, crackling away in my pot. So I'm going to just stir that in real nice. And checking on it every so often, I'm going to leave the lid slightly askew to let some of that moisture evaporate, but we want to keep a little bit of that condensation in to help cook those vegetables down. I'm going to check on this for about 10 minutes. Every couple minutes I'll be checking on it. And now to explain the rest of the ingredients of this wonderful cheesy cauliflower soup, I have about 2 cups of grated cheddar cheese here. And of course, what would be a nice cheesy creamy soup without Philadelphia cream cheese. Now today I'm using the chive and onion version just to give it a little bit more flavor into this wonderful soup. If you don't have that at home, the regular stuff will work just great also. I also have a pinch of nutmeg just for that nuttiness, and combined with that cheese and the cauliflower and that cream, it's just going to be just right. A little pinch of cayenne for a tiny bit of that peppery taste, and about ½ a teaspoon of ground mustard. I also have 1 3/4 of the boxes of the cartons of chicken stock, and I like to use the reduced sodium just to cut back on salt, and then I can add some more salt and pepper to taste as I like. Alright, so that's the rest of my ingredients. My vegetables should be cooked up in just a couple more minutes. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes or so, and my vegetables are looking just great. I can tell that they're about ready to add this broth because I'm seeing some browning on the cauliflower and on the onions. The onions are becoming a little bit translucent. And also my carrots, I can stick a fork through them so they're just soft enough, which is just right. So now I'm going to add my 1 3/4 cartons of chicken stock. I'm going to bring that up to a boil. And then I'm going to turn it down after that point to a low simmer and just let this cook away for another 10 minutes or so. You'll know that it's done when all the vegetables are soft and cooked throughout. Now I've removed my soup from the stove and the vegetables are cooked just perfectly, so now I can add the rest of my ingredients. So in the pot it goes my 2 cups of cheddar cheese, my pinch of nutmeg, pinch of cayenne, my ground mustard, and just a pinch of salt. You can add more later if we need to. pepper. Just perfect. And 4 ounces of the chive and onion Philadelphia cream cheese. Just as so. All right, now that that's all in my pot, I'm just going to stir it a little bit before I put my little hand blender in there, just to get that all mixed throughout. Now I'm going to start to cream this using my blender. Look at all that come together so nicely. This looks great. And there's the finished product. A wonderful cheesy cauliflower soup ready to be served. And I'm really excited to be sharing this with my friends. Now I've garnished this with a little bit of chives and croutons. You could also crumble on some bacon and that would be just great too. Now to describe the flavor of this wonderful cheesy soup, it's kind of like eating soul food, that great comfort food like a macaroni and cheese. But it's a lot lighter and more refreshing to eat. It's not going to be so heavy in your stomach after you eat this nice light soup. And you're going to fool all of your guests because this is loaded with vegetables. A whole head of cauliflower in this soup and all the carrots and celery, all of these nutrients. So this is a great dish even for kids because you're going to sneak all those veggies in there without them even knowing it. All right, before my friends get here, one quick taste for me. Oh, comforting and delicious. I'm going to have a great time this afternoon with my friends, and I really hope that you give this recipe a try too and share it with your friends at home. Thanks everybody, bye-bye.